Hello, this is 6 Minute English from BBC Learning English. I'm Regina.
And I walk.
Do you have a good memory, Rob? Can you remember people's names or where you left your car keys?
Well, I can remember people's faces, but I have a terrible memories for names. And sometimes I will be eagerly reading a book, but that a week later I can't remember a single things about it.
Well, you are not alone. Many people find it hard to remember things they've read and learned, while others sometimes useless information stuck with them.
In this program, we will be finding out why we forget the thing we have learned, whether that someone's names are word or in English or where you put your values.
But first, let me ask you my quiz question. Rob, before I forget, you and I might struggle to remember someone's phone number, but Chinese student Chao Lu has a record-breaking memory. In 2005, she recited the numbers of pi, the, the mathematical equation describing the proportions of a circle. But how many digits did she manage to remember? Was it A 48,000, B 468,000, or C 88,000?
Whoa, it sounds like children have an incredible memories. I would say she remembered the B 16,000 digits for of pi.
Okay, Rob, let's remember to find out the answer at the end of the program.
Okay, will do. Someone like children may have a photographic memories, the ability to remember things in exact detail, like looking at a photograph. But for the rest for us, things are more complicated.
Dr. Jared Horvath is an educational neuroscientist at the University of Melbourne. According to him, there are two rules which explain how we remember information.
Listen to Dr. Horace talking to BBC World Service program, the Y factor, and see if you can hear the two words he mentioned.
Rule number one is repetition is key. The odds of remembering something after a one-off are incredibly slim, unless you can immediately link it to something you already understand. So, my middle name is Kearney. If I ever meet someone named Kearney, I will never forget that because I have an immediate link. But if I met someone named Joe, so our one-off will all pretty much stuck at it, unless we focus. So rules 2 then becomes we remember what we focus on. The first rule for some remembering is repetition. The odds meaning the probability of remembering something are low if you learn it as a one-off, something that only happens once.
Dr. Horace's second rule is about focus. Remember what we focus on. This involves making links between new information and something you already understand.
These are the most effective models of remembering, and most of us suck at or are bad at other ways of remembering things.
Now, of course, one group of people who need good memory is students. Do you remember coming for school exam, Virginia?
Yes, staying up late trying to reverse everything the night before an exam. I remember doing that, but it didn't work.
Yes, Dr. Harvard's research found that students who cram from tests forget around 19% of what they studied within 72 hours.
He thinks education shouldn't be about trying to cram students' heads with facts and figures. It should involve something more meaningful. As he explains to BBC World Service, the why factor. The thing that I like about education is it's really moving from a model of just memorize as much as you can into what we now call deep learning, which is instead of giving you 100 things and I just need to know that you can remember them, I'm going to give you 10 things, and instead of just being able to remember them, I want you to be able to describe it deeply and come up with new ways of looking at it.
Particularly, education involves memories, learning information exactly as it is so that you can repeat it later.
But being able to repeat something like a parrot doesn't always mean you understand it. Dr. Harvin advocates a technique called deep learning, a complete, a complete way of learning something that means you fully understand and will not forget it.
So remember, repetition, focus on deep learning are the memory music we need. Maybe that's how Chinese students Shulong developed her recorded ba- backing memory. You do remember your quiz question, didn't you, Gina?
Yes, thank you, Rob. My memory isn't that bad. I asked you how many digits of the mathematical equation pi she could remember,
And I said B 16x1000 diction.
which was the correct answer. Actually, the number was so long it took her over 24 hours without a break to recite it all.
Oh, whoa, your brains must have been acting after all that. Okay, let's recap the vocabulary from this program. Started with a photograph memory, which is the ability to remember things in exact detail, like looking at a photograph.
The odds of something happen means the chance that it will happen.
One, one off is something that only happens once.
To stuck at something is an informal way to say be bad at doing something. It's more common in American English.
If you memorize some things, you learn it exactly so that you can repeat it later.
And finally, deep learning describes a complete way of learning something so that you fully understand it and will not forget it.
Okay, well, that's all from us, but don't forget to join us again soon for more topics and top tips to help you remember units and everyday English vocabulary. Bye for now.
Bye.